The International Science Council federates the academies of sciences, both natural and social sciences of the whole world, plus the so-called international disciplinary unions, such as the International Union of Scientific Psychological Sciences or the International Union of Astrophysics. So for us, participating in the prize means helping the prize capture scientific production in the global south. And the way we have done it and the way we plan to enhance our efforts and contribution is by mobilizing our members, the academies, the unions, really to reach out to the active scientific community, especially in the global south, and make sure that they take an interest in the prize and that they participate in it. So the notion of planetary boundaries, which has been conceived a few years ago, is an important notion from multiple aspects. First of all, and potentially most importantly from a communication perspective, science communications perspective, in the sense that it has really helped people realize that there are limits to growth, there are limits to the way we consume, that we use our resources, there are even limits to demographics, and those limits or boundaries, if you like, have to be respected. Some of them have been overcome already. Others, when it comes to other boundaries, we may have undershoot, for example, social boundaries, in the sense that there is still so much to do, especially when it comes to overcoming inequalities, which in fact are, improving and increasing before our eyes. So I think the notion of planetary boundaries, and therefore the prize, which is really built around that notion, is extremely important from that point of view. There also is a clear contribution from a scientific perspective. For example, some of those boundaries, the nitrogen boundary, for example, has been overcome, and we now understand that it's not just about agricultural production, but rather in a globalized world about trade policies related to agriculture. So you can see that what starts as an effort, a scientific effort related to specific disciplines, such as chemistry, when it comes to the faith and impacts of nitrogen, then speaks to social matters in terms of the society we live in, the consumption and production patterns that are dictated by the current trade policies, etc. So an enormous contribution. I'm very happy that the prize is in place. So this afternoon I will have the privilege to meet once again the co-presidents of the Frontiers Foundation, Henry and Camilla. And what I'm going to tell them is that we are very grateful, not just the ISC, but to the scientific community, because with the prize we are now talking about those boundaries which are really critical and vital to all of us. But we should not forget that the prize, and in fact even the notional planetary boundaries, are mere means to actually realize the fragility of this planet, to walk the talk on the notion of sustainability, and therefore in a way our efforts are starting only now. But it's a very good example of science in action, and more can and should be done in the future.